Are we just gonna have you do all of the pronunciations of all the words today?
Caol Ila.
You got a little Irish on that.
Yeah, Brolic I love Ila.
Oh, now you're going Swedish.
Oh, is that what that is?
Poinga-doinga.
I feel like meatballs. All
We
right.
just gotta go to an IKEA and get them Swedish meatballs.
Oh wait, I do have to go to IKEA today.
All right, guys, we're coming back at you with Caol Ila for the second time.
To be fair.
Yes.
To be fair.
Welcome back to Brolic Whiskey. I am Metahuman Dave.
Just Mike.
Now, you guys suggested some peated whiskeys for us in our Lagavulin 8 video. And Juan Quintanilla, he actually recommended the Caol Ila 12. But if you guys recall, we also kind of sort of reviewed this one a little bit when we did our Flaviar peated sample box.
A short review.
That had 2 other peated whiskeys in the sample box before we got to this one.
Wait, is someone being fair here? Alright.
You can watch that video right here, the Flaviar peated sample box.
So we gotta thank Juan for this recommendation.
Thank him for the recommendation, but we do have to thank Mr. Johnny Brolic for the bottle itself.
Johnny Brolic.
Thank you, sir. So now this is we're giving it a fair shake. Now it's not at the end of 2 other peated whiskeys.
I haven't even brought it to my face and I can still smell it.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
So we love having us some peated whiskeys. Now you will notice this is lighter in flavor.
Oh my god, dude.
Lighter as far as the smokiness compared to like your Lagavulin.
I just love peated whiskey.
Yes. It's going to be a lot lighter than your Ardbegs and your Lafroigs. Sometimes people will consider this the entry point to peated whiskeys. Although it is at 35 ppm, just like Lagavulin, they say that this has a much milder flavor profile, and it's possibly due to the stills, but more possible is the fact that they have different water than the rest of the ones on Islay. So most of the water goes over quartzite.
This is nice.
Caol Ila is over limestone, which gives it more minerals in the water content. So that might be what makes this more mild, since it has the same ppm as.
Dude, this is nice. Like it smells fantastic.
It sure does.
It has great body. Like you can see the oils and stuff on the side of your glass. It's wonderful. It drags down very slowly. It has an interesting light yellow color, which, like you said, is the natural color.
Mm-hmm.
The taste is just that peat smoke, and I love that. I love that.
It doesn't punch you though.
No, it doesn't punch you, but I still love it. There's something there that I'm still trying to figure out. Look, if
Chocolate.
You're gonna be like this for 4 hours, I'm calling the doctor. I love this stuff.
Whoa.
This stuff is amazing.
He's a little excited.
Oh God, yeah! Don't stand too close to me, Dave.
So I get a little bit of chocolate with this one. So it's like
Is that what that is?
smoky chocolate, and it's very light. It does bring through a little bit of fruity notes through
You're
it.
right. But like dark chocolate or milk
Yeah,
chocolate?
of course.
Yeah,
dark chocolate's the way to go.
I just want to make sure, but that might be it.
I'm with
It's
other
nice.
people that say that this is possibly an intro to peat. This might be a good one because it's not going to punch your face off. You get the notes of what peated whiskeys should be.
I like this. I'm finishing it right now.
Now, Caol Ila previously used to be just for blended whiskeys. And still to this day, up to 95% of what they produce goes into blends, like Grant's and Johnny Walker Black. It's the reason why Johnny Walker Double Black has more smoke, is because they even add more of the Caol Ila to it.
Okay.
It's used in a lot of different blends. So,
And I can't admit to being a Johnny Walker fan. I can't say that I'm a Johnny Walker fan, but I can dig this. This is a nice light daily drinker. It is. Again, let me throw out the bias. I really like peated whiskey.
Which that's not a bias. That's just a preference. And I'm glad
Wow.
that you and I do have similar profile in that sense, because when we see peated whiskey that we haven't tried, we know that it's something that both of us will enjoy.
We could drink together and not be disgusted with each other.
Um,
I'm actually throwing a strong 8 on this one. I
Okay.
like this one. I'm giving it a good 8, possibly 8.5, but I'm gonna throw an 8 right now on it.
I thought you were going to go a little higher because of how you were falling in love with this one, but
I really do. You're right.
I'm giving it like an 8.1. So is it 8 or 8.5 that you're going with?
Let's say 8.
8.
Let's say 8 because it doesn't have the strong peated punch. Like you said, it's. I'm not sure if it's an intro. I think it's a little stronger than intro, but I would say it's more for the people that want to walk past the intro into the heavier ones. I think this is really nice.
Well, you're saying it's not an intro. I can't think of another peated whiskey that's going to be lighter. Maybe Talisker 10 would be the only other intro that would still not punch you in the face.
Yeah.
But-
This is really nice.
For sure. Owned by Diageo, and they actually they have the largest capacity of any whiskey made in Islay. So they pump out tons of this stuff. We just don't see too much of it in the single malt category like this. They do have an 18-year-old and a 25-year-old.
I don't remember ever seeing. Is this hard to find in the States?
It's not hard to find, but it's not as popular as some of the other
Gotcha.
ones. Considering it's owned by Diageo, you would think it'd be easier to find. The biggest hurdle, for me personally, is the price. At least by us, I typically see it sold anywhere between $70 to $100 for this bottle.
Wow.
And honestly, I love Lefroy way too much to be able to fathom purchasing this.
Because the Talisker's
double the price.
The Talisker's not that expensive either.
I can get it for about $55 at certain places. So, and I still think Talisker is the top dog right now. But if you do want to try out Caol Ila, I know Top Shelf Wine and Spirits right now they're on the lower end of that spectrum. They're at $75.
Let's spell it for the people in case because you're saying Caol Ila, but it's
Just look at the title of the video. That's how you spell it.
yeah. It just doesn't sound like it. I'm gonna say that with the water, the flavor notes don't change much, but they dilute, and that's unfortunate.
It made it very mild. For me, it actually took away a bunch of the smoke.
A little bit, yeah.
So the smoke,
yeah.
you kind of get a little bit of it, but for the most part, it's gone. And in place, you do get some of the other underlying flavor notes.
Yeah.
Little of the fruit, little more of that chocolate. But I don't think it's as balanced as it was neat.
No, it's not as enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like you said, those flavor notes just drop off. Drinking it neat, you get a good strong duration. Right here, it just kind of fizzles out.
I will say
That's
this though,
unfortunate.
if you are someone who doesn't like the smoky flavor, then adding the drop of water will take away that smoke.
All right, silver lining. I like it, Dave.
So for me, I want the smoke, so I do have to hit this with some negative points. 4.8.
That low?
Yeah.
That low? I really was thinking like 6.5.
Okay.
Because it's the same flavor profiles. Like you said, it gets a little bit sweeter, which typically isn't bad for people. Most people like sugary desserts and sweetness. It's not too hard. But the biggest downfall for me is that drop off. The duration's not there. You're going to have to keep drinking and keep drinking and keep drinking. And that's not, I don't enjoy that. I'm going to say 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah, you really
Well,
hit it hard.
the more that I'm sipping, the less I'm enjoying. Like I'm trying to finish this last little bit, just to see maybe I was wrong with my initial response, but I think 4.8 is a standard score for me.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Like I said, to me, it's lesser and shorter with water.
Let's just move right on to the final way. All right. Well, we're gonna move on to the last way, which is over the ice cubes. I don't want to waste too much of this
No,
good
let's
whiskey.
keep that because we need to drink that needed a little bit more.
Because there's about maybe half a bottle left.
I'm
We
coming
still
back
gotta
over to your
add
house
some
tonight,
to
Dave.
the. We still gotta add some to our infinity bottle, which is getting full. I'm actually gonna have to switch us over to a 1.75 bottle.
Dude, I'm coming over tonight to drink some more of that with you. That
I call shenanigans.
we're gonna tape it. Me and Dave are gonna sit in our underwear and watch Netflix, and we're gonna tape it for you guys.
Watch it be our #1 most highly watched video. It knocks the Conor McGregor video off for most views. I guess they like us in our underwear. All right. New video trend.
You guys asked for it.
That's about standard what we expect from peated whiskey on rocks.
Not enjoying it.
No.
I'm not. It got real sharp.
Yes, it did.
In the spices.
And that's what's always weird about most peated whiskeys, as we always say that it kind of gives it like this chemical harshness. I gotta go in for seconds before I give my score. That's just a standard rule I always give.
It's not as bad as the others, but it's definitely not enjoyable.
Oh no, it gets worse. Each sip.
Really?
2. Just make it quick.
Oh. Okay, that was the third one. Yeah.
The more you drink it, the worse it got.
Let me join you on that too. I'm gonna go 1.9 just to be just to be a jerky. Ooh.
Well, thank you very much to Johnny Brolic once again, Jonathan Castle,
And Juan, I got you, Juan. You said we should do this. We did it. I got you.
But Johnny's the one who sent the bottle, so thank him.
No, me and Johnny are gonna fight later.
Anybody that wants to send us bottles to review, just hit us up, brolicwhiskey@gmail.com. We'll give you the address where you can send some bottles. Oh, totally forgot to mention it earlier. I want to say thank you to our first Patreon supporter.
What?
We have our first Patreon supporter,
What?
the Crime Vault, who has their own YouTube channel. So go check Crime Vault out on YouTube.
I'm checking Crime Vault out. What?
So cheers to you, sir, for being our first supporter on Patreon.
Hold on, let's get the good stuff. Hold on, let's get the good stuff.
If you
Cheers to Crime
also
Vault. Yeah.
want to be a supporter of
What?
Brolic Whiskey and help us keep this channel alive, help us purchase new bottles, and help us purchase new equipment so we give you a better show, then do the same thing that Crime Vault did. Head on over to patreon.com/Brolic Whiskey. We have all different tier levels that you can support us. And yeah, depending on the tier, you get some private tastings with us or shout outs.
I'm changing my name. Crime Vault Mike. This is the Crime Vault.
Thank you, sir.
Oh God, Crime Vault tastes so good.
So much better.
Yeah.
Neat.
All right,
Caol Ila neat.
chopsticks, y'all.